What an eventful day we had yesterday. Not only did we get a brand new Heroes Upgrade pack, but we also, have seen the code for the past few days with some more upgrade packs, including a base icon SBC that could be dropping this week as well. We not only saw a lot of our high-rated fodder investments absolutely go through the roof, but we saw tons of just market panic elsewhere, a lot of crashing in certain markets. We're going to cover everything that happened yesterday, what it is entailing for the future and heading into this week, as well as, with UCL coming today, tomorrow. If you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you guys drop a thumbs up on it. It helps the channel grow a lot and it's much appreciated. And if you guys are enjoying the daily FIFA 22 videos, make sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you never miss out on another video from me. So guys, yesterday we did get the FUT Hero Upgrade pack. It was a very decent value one, coming in at like, I don't even remember what the price is. However, there are 19 current heroes in here and the pack cost less than like a lot of them. Only 6 of the 19 ones are less priced than this.
Do you even English, bro?
Now, high-rated fodder was something that moved a lot, especially those 86s and 87s. I advised in the comments yesterday that you guys should probably take profit, and if these cards are still up by the time this video goes out, it doesn't hurt to take some profit because, we are, this market's crazy, so it's always smart to take some profit. We also saw 85 informs absolutely fly up too, which we'll kind of take a look at. Because, obviously they were required for a lot of it. 83s, they moved a little bit, but not too much. But heading on over to FUTBin here, we'll kind of take a look at what happened to fodder yesterday. Because we do have a potential icon pack coming out. We have a couple player of the months coming out that are very, very exciting. Now, 83 golds, they didn't move much. And really, the golds didn't move too much, the 83s and 84s. However, we did see the 85s, 86s, and 87s move a lot. Now, as far as buying goes, I'd probably not do any buying right now. I do think these cards could come down. We do have UCL, so we're going to be getting supply during that period. And of course, we have Rule Breakers Team 2 on Friday. But of course, the question kind of arises is, what is going to happen with that potential base icon pack coming out? Because obviously if that comes out, you could see these cards go up even more. And the price ranges are very low on a lot of these cards. Especially these 87s, I feel like with their price ranges being so close to what they are right now, I mean, Di Maria is 18k on PlayStation, 21k max on Xbox. Like, these are very, very close to going extinct off the market. And this is it's not a bad shout from EA to do this, to try and maybe release that icon pack to make these cards all go extinct so they can raise price ranges and maybe fix the fodder market a little bit and make packs worth it more. But you do run into the potential of, kind of interesting. It's hard to make profit on cards that are going to be going extinct. Even if an icon pack doesn't come out, if something was to come out, like, there's no point in investing in a Di Maria if he goes extinct at 1k. Because personally, I'm not going to be one to play the game of trying to bet on a price range change for a gold card in November. Like, that is something I'm not gonna take the risk for. And even the 88s are getting very close to it. PlayStation cruises at maxed, and for Xbox, he's getting close to that 27k range. So it's gonna be interesting to see what EA does. As far as buying, like I said, I'm not really willing to take the risk on a lot of these cards. However, I'm still very interested in the 83s and the 84s. I think EA are really trying to push that market up. And I was, the Heroes pack was pretty good. I mean, the pack itself, you're probably going to get crap anyways. And, with today, we saw a lot of panic come into the market. Heroes took a pretty big hit, a lot of them, just due to a lot of panic. We did see some actually rise back up due to just panic buying back. But we did see some of them drop down a good amount in price. And I did have a few people who messaged me asking about our investments in a couple cards, especially Clint Dempsey, which, I was actually kind of weirded out by how many of you guys were panicked, and I'm just gonna throw this in here now. I actually bought more of Clint Dempsey. I just think it's a good investment. I don't know what happened, but my audio actually cut out right here for like 30 seconds. But basically I said Clint Dempsey was like an interesting investment because he's a card that just like randomly gets these unnatural rises. I know there's a Reina teased out, but I think just buying when he's at those low points, like, you always end up hitting these random 5, 6, 7k rises to make profit on. Plus, we do obviously have that Reina coming out or any milestones in the future. Like, it's easy to make coins. I'm not saying go all in, but like, you guys can, buy a couple. You can make some pretty easy profit. Buy one, store them in your club or something like that. some kind of SBC that comes out soon that people kind of know about that's going to push these cards up. Another one that saw a huge rebound was Cordoba, because a lot of these top tiers didn't really get packed, and I think a lot of people were panic selling these ones because they were afraid that there's going to be so much supply of these ones coming on. The hero pack was untradeable, and it also was non-repeatable, so you guys could only do this at one time. And basically we saw a big dip in the price, and they're actually higher up now than what they were earlier. So you can see on PlayStation went from 470 down to 440, and he went back up to 500k. So it's ridiculous what we're seeing on a couple of these cards. I cannot believe it myself, but you know, I guess a lot of people, they didn't, maybe they were just scared. It was pure panic because we didn't really get much supply on the market.
No shit.
And I feel like not many people were using the heroes as much as EA intended them to this year. I feel like, I mean, myself, I haven't seen, aside from Ginola, I have not seen any of these heroes even used in people's teams. So I'm glad that EA were trying to push the attention on some of these hero cards, because I do think that some of them are very good. But today we just saw pure panic for no reason. Now, one thing that was interesting is we saw a lot of golds come down today, and we saw the icon market take a big hit today. And I thought the icon market one was a little strange at first, but kind of thinking more into it, it does kind of make sense, because we do have that base icon pack coming soon. And if EA are already dropping this stuff now, I mean, I think within the week we're going to see the icon pack very soon. But we saw the same kind of thing. We saw a huge dip around content time and then a small rebound. A lot of the top tier cards were the ones that really rebounded, just because it was panic for no reason. But some of these low tier cards, I think people are going to be afraid to buy them back because they don't want to see them continue to go down. And I think, you know, we're going to see the same kind of thing with that icon pack coming out, where we'll see at that time it's released, you'll see a bunch of panic before a rebound. But like I said, guys, no one is going to pack the top tier cards from those packs. It's going to be very, very rare if someone does. But these low tier cards I'd definitely be aware of, because they could take a bit of a hit heading into it. And on the PlayStation market, you'll see it was even more significant of a kind of dip and then rise. And it looks like PlayStation's icons have rebounded pretty well too. So again, very similar to the heroes, they came down quite a bit just to kind of go back up. Now, one card that did kind of get killed was the gold cards. A lot of the gold cards got hurt really bad, especially those meta ones. Now, of course, the Index 100 won't show it because it shows the fodder cards, and a lot of fodder did go up today. A lot of the high rated cards, as you can see here, a lot of those kind of higher tier cards that weren't at discard, they went up a good amount, and rightfully so, because a lot of people were going to complete that SBC. Again, it's very good value, very enticing to do. But look at the cards that are all down today. These are all usable gold cards, meta gold cards that people say. Dembele, Llorente, Rashford, Pogba, De Bruyne. A lot of these cards took a big hit today, and that was just due to the fact that, again, more versions of cards coming out, and we are starting to see just the downfall of golds. I mean, we've seen it all year, but we are really starting to see these cards come down, and a lot of them took a big hit. Even Neymar, he came down like a whole percent. Ronaldo's down 2%. So these are like significant drops in prices for like these top tier cards for just a FUT Hero pack. So I thought this was really interesting. I think, you know, the golds are going to continue to drop down. You guys have known for the past like couple weeks or so, couple days, couple weeks. I've been saying stay away from the golds for everything. Team of the week investing, everything. Stay away from the golds because everything just dies down. It's just not worth taking the risk for it all. Now, taking a look at the special market, we saw a big dip from them as well. And this was interesting to me because a lot of informs, you know, we saw 83 and 85 informs required, but we didn't see as much as a rise as people thought. And of course, a lot of the meta cards kind of took a big hit down, and we are seeing the rebound, of course, because of the big dip too. But a lot of these cards surprisingly didn't move too much. And I want to kind of show you guys, and we'll kind of transition into what to kind of prepare for this next week, because again, we are going to see some more upgrade packs. We are going to see a potential base icon pack. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about that. And personally, like I said, the high rated golds, I just don't think they're worth touching. But the informs are interesting to me too, because not many of the 83s moved. The 84s are still discard price, and the 85s were something that bounced up and have kind of come back down since then. So I do think that the informs are probably a good shout to kind of go back in, because there's still too much supply of it on the market. And I think with a base icon pack, that'll be something that really moves it and kind of keeps it up, especially if it's repeatable. But Mason Mount today was one on PlayStation. I saw it went up during like the peak time. He went up to like maybe like 15, 16k from 12k, which isn't significant, but he still went up, and that's kind of a good amount for a card that's in packs right now. But I just thought it was interesting, and I think that these cards are probably a good buy for a potential icon pack that could be coming out. Especially the 84s and 83s, I think at discard are just still too low, and I think EA are really going to try to push it. It looks like they're starting to be aware of the mess that's on this market, and whether or not, I mean, I'm sure there's people that are starting to not play this game. EA do have a lot of competition coming out too this week with a lot of new games, including like Battlefield, Call of Duty stuff soon too, and I think like Football Manager as well. So, you know, EA really got to step up their content game here in their market, because, you know, there's going to be a lot of players who won't be afraid to put down the game for a little bit, especially because EA have such good promos coming out. They do have the Adidas promo coming up after Rule Breakers, and then once the Adidas one is done, we have Black Friday. So there's a lot of really good stuff that could be coming out, as long as EA put the work in for it. But as I said, I think the informs are probably a good shout to pick up. I think there's too low. They didn't move as much as EA probably thought they were gonna. And really it's just a high rated fodder for that 86 rated team and the 85 rated team that moved up. So aside from that, I still think informs are a good idea to kind of buy. With those hero investments and stuff that we're talking about, Algebair, Clint Dempsey, I think it's just a second buying opportunity. Be patient with them, guys. They're investments. When you guys are investing, you guys have to be willing to hold these cards for multiple days on end. And, you know, stuff is not always going to go up. If it dips down a K or two, like, those cards rebound. Same with those high rated fodder golds. I remember telling you guys to pick them up at like 11, 12K, and I remember like Di Maria fell to 9K or something, and someone panic sold and, you know, said I was like dumb for investing or whatever, that he was done. But, you know, those cards were too low, and now Di Maria sits at 20K. That was potentially doubling your coins right there. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Now, I did kind of want to shift gears into the metas and the meta golds, because again, with a base icon pack, you are going to see a lot of these cards kind of drop down even more. And I know a lot of you guys are still holding on to them. It's time to get rid of them. I just don't think they're very viable. They're never going to go up. So unless they're untradeable, don't bother with them. With those icons though, I do want to just kind of clarify, you guys don't want to be holding them when this pack is to come out, because you guys will end up losing coins. It's just not worth losing coins over something like this. So just, you know, kind of be aware of that, I guess. I guess the top tier cards, it won't matter, but you guys can always buy into those panic windows where you see a card kind of going down. You can buy in the panic when the pack releases. But that's all I'd really do, and that's some quick flipping for you guys. But that's something I can't really explain and shout out, because obviously it needs to be live to do that. But if you guys are aware of that and you guys can kind of look, you'll see, just for example, some of these hero cards, they did this today where they dipped down a ton during the first initial like 30 minutes to an hour of the pack being out. And you can see Joe Cole here, he went from 370 down to 320 and then rebounded back up to like 360, 370. You can kind of look at this with the icons, I guess, if you want to, when we do get the icon upgrade, because the same thing will kind of happen with these cards, and it happens with every big thing that we get, whether it's promo, whatever it is. You know, we always see this kind of dip and rebound. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's just about wrapped up. Again, just avoid the golds. We do have UCL content. We could be getting those UCL rare cards soon too, so just be aware of that. There'll be a video talking more about that later. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys drop a thumbs up. It's much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.